Welcome back to the Whiskey Couch
with South Africa's very own whiskey couple,
ELNA.
and myself, Gustav, and I'm excited.
Oh yes.
Today is summary time, summary of the third bracket of 12-year-old, 12-year-old single malt whiskies that we reviewed and that we did food pairings with. And like I said, it's the third bracket. There's going to be 5 in total, so 5 winners right at the very end. And I think we're going to have to do blind tasting to see which one is our favorite ultimately after the 25 single malt 12-year-old whiskies. But today, focusing just on this bracket, 5 12-year-olds lined up here behind us. And this is part of our blind tasting that we've done, and we're going to continue with that just now. But we first want to give a summary of the 5 12-year-old whiskies that we have done. So I'm going to do the first one.
Yes.
The first one that we did, EDRADOUR Caledonia 12-year-old. Our summary for that, fruity, rich, spicy, savoury. And we paired that with Crepe pockets filled with sweet and sticky spare rib meat.
And the second one was the DALMORE 12 years old. And our summary was it's rich and sweet with spicy dark fruit jam and sherried chocolate cake. And the food pairing we did with that is a crepe pocket filled with ostrich burger and sweet fruity relish.
That summary sounds awesome. The third one that we did, GLENMORANGIE LASANTA 12-year-old, summary, superbly smooth and balanced. And we paired the GLENMORANGIE LASANTA 12-year-old with crepe pockets filled with berry jam, berry cake and whipped cream.
And the fourth one was GLENFARCLAS 12-year-old. And our summary is it's baked fruit and nuts with dark caramel sauce. And the food pairing we had with that is crepe pocket filled with caramelized pecan pie filling and whipped cream.
That was number 4. Number 5, and the last one, Macallan 12-year-old sherry cask. Summary, rich, sherried, chocolatey. Bam! That was a real sherry bomb, and we paired that with crepe pockets filled with fruity beef mince topped with wonderful cheese sauce. That was quite exquisite.
Yeah.
So after we've done all of these 5 reviews and the food pairings, I decided that my personal favorite after the lot, these 5, my personal favorite, GLENMORANGIE LASANTA 12-year-old. That's my favorite out of the 5.
And mine was the Macallan 12-year-old. That was a wow for me.
So you went for the sherry bomb.
Yes.
Sherry bomb Macallan. And it's also because our son Jacques and Shona, who live in Ireland, that's one of his favorites.
That's one of his favorites. So
Macallan.
there's a little bit of emotional
connection
there, but still, it's a great whiskey. I really enjoy that.
One shouldn't underestimate emotional connections and also the emotional value of marketing. And when you see the bottle in front of you and the brand, it can really influence you, and that is why we decided let's do the blind tasting. So we have got numbers underneath each of these glasses to identify them at the end of the day. But these are the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's only the order in which we tasted it. We will see the real number underneath, which will identify it. What is your take on the blind tasting? Anything that you want to share?
It was quite interesting. The nose of each one of the whiskies was quite interesting because you didn't know. Usually sometimes if you know what whiskey it is, you say, oh yeah, this is sherry, because you know the whiskey, it's prominent sherry that you will nose. So that was quite interesting. Okay, what will we nose now? Was quite interesting. It was different. The nose was different on the different whiskies.
Very, very different. And what we did is we nosed them all. And then you had a favorite and I had a favorite, and then we tasted them all.
Yeah.
And then we started to find out which one is our favorite in terms of tasting. Then we added a little bit of water. And then we nosed them again and tasted them again. Initially, I was sort of torn between. It was number 1 and number 1, 2, and 5.
1, 2, and 5. Yeah.
Was it
Mine.
1, 2, and 5? No. I think it was 1, 3, and 5. Yes. What was your?
Mine was 2, 3, and 5. When we nosed it was 2, 3, and 5.
I must tell you, this bracket is quite a difficult one for me. These sherry cask whiskies, I mean, 4 of them sherry finished. Glenfarclas, a lot of sherry influence, and then Macallan, of course, exclusively sherry cask, sherry seasoned casks. And yes, there is a bit of a color difference, so that can influence. But number 4,
It wasn't my first choice.
It was not my. This is my last choice.
Yeah, it isn't my first choice.
There's
but it will be interesting to know.
There's something earthy in the nose. And number 2 as well for me.
Oh, number 2 as well. Okay.
This was a very, very difficult one. So at the end of the day, I am going to just finally check whether my favorite is that one or this one.
So you have to choose between number 3 and number 5.
Have you made your choice already?
Yes.
Which one is your favorite?
Number 5. It was 2, 3, and 5, but then after a couple of sips again, I decided no, definitely number 5.
Wow. I think that one is the Macallan.
Number 3. Okay.
Yes. I'm sort of guessing, yeah.
Okay.
I think this is Glenfarclas and Caledonia, EDRADOUR.
Okay. I
should have brought water. I'm just going to sip a bit of this water here.
You say number 3 is Macallan.
Do you think this one is Macallan?
I think number 5 is Macallan, yeah. Ooh, old thumbs.
Wow. Number 1 is also good. This one is also good for me.
You stick with your choice of number 3?
I wonder if that is not the GLENMORANGIE. And I think this is the DALMORE. No.
Now you changed. Because you said you think that's Macallan. I'll stick with number 5 is Macallan.
Glenfarclas, EDRADOUR. Macallan, GLENMORANGIE, DALMORE. So here we go. Which one is your favorite?
Number 5. I think that's Macallan, and I think that's...
And I'm with you on number
GLENMORANGIE.
5. That's my favorite as well.
Okay. Let's see.
This is really... Number 1 or number 5?
It's difficult.
It is very difficult for me. So you're sticking with number 5?
I'm sticking with number 5, yeah. Number 4 is not my first choice. From the 5, it's not my first choice. But I'll stick with number 5.
So we're both going for number 5 is the winner.
Okay.
All right, let's reveal number 1. Oh my goodness, this is Macallan.
Oh no, really? Wow.
That's the Macallan. Can you believe that? That's the Macallan. This one is the GLENMORANGIE.
Oh my.
Macallan, GLENMORANGIE. I had it completely wrong. And this is the EDRADOUR.
Okay.
That one was not bad for me. This one is the Glenfarclas. This is the only one that I got right.
Okay.
Which means chose the DALMORE. Where's the GLENMORANGIE? Here's the GLENMORANGIE.
Yeah, it's GLENMORANGIE.
Wow,
So it's the DALMORE.
blind tasting for the both of us. I cannot believe
No,
this.
I really
is
thought
the
that was the
DALMORE.
Macallan.
And the one that I almost want to exchange it with was the Macallan. DALMORE Macallan. And the GLENMORANGIE that I actually chose, that shows you blind tasting fun here at
Oh yes, but it's
the
exciting.
Whisky Couch.
It's exciting.
So here is to our blind choice, DALMORE.
I've got the Macallan.
I cannot believe that. Anyway, until the next bracket of 5 12-year-old whiskies. Slanja.
Slanja.